guys, it's Jason Van Tato. I'm here with Jordan Page. Jordan came out to this Appalachian Summit we have here in West Virginia, and we met up, thought we'd talk about some of the projects he's got coming up. Jordan, how you doing?
I'm pretty good. A little groggy this morning,
I hear
but
you.
I'm doing good.
It's been a long weekend.
It has.
So tell us a little bit about, for maybe some of the viewers that aren't so familiar with your work, tell them a little bit about the music you make and the message that you're giving.
Well, what do I even say? I tell you this, man. I've been playing music a long time. I started when I was 11, and I always loved, singer-songwriters. I loved rock bands, and when I was in my early 20s, I really got a calling to do this professionally and to make it my life. I'd always wanted that, but I really took the leap and made it happen. And then when I was 26, I had an experience that really changed my life. It was like a middle of the night, 3 o'clock in the morning, spiritual experience. And I wrote this song called Pendulum that I didn't really understand at the time that I'd written it, and I could tell that it had political tones to it, and it had a lot of references I didn't quite understand because I was politically illiterate and uninterested. And I started playing it for people and realized how deeply it was affecting them. This is in 2006, 2007, and the reaction I was getting from the song. And it really showed me that there was something that I was meant to learn, because I was basically handed this song in the middle of the night.
Wow.
And so I went on a journey of discovery and understanding, and went down as many rabbit holes as I could find, and eventually connected with Congressman Ron Paul, who ran for president a couple times, and did quite a few events with him. And
now, how did you connect up with?
Well, I had done several events with Ron, just the events planners would hire me to play, and he would be speaking at it. But my dear friend Debbie Hopper, who was his events coordinator, saw me perform in Washington, D.C. during CPAC in 2010, and she connected me with him, and I started doing a lot of events for the campaign, and just traveled all over the country doing that, and developing a following. And the message of the music is personal freedom. It's liberty. I mean, after that whole experience, I think I've become non-political, apolitical, because I realized just what theater politics all is, and not in like a humorous way. I mean, in a very literal way. It's entertainment for slaves. And I am not interested in that. I'm not interested in being a slave. I'm interested in self-governance. I'm interested in voluntarism. I'm a huge supporter of Oath Keepers, and that's why I'm here in Appalachia right now.
So how did you hear about Oath Keepers, and how did you eventually?
Well, I met Stuart Rhodes, who's the president of Oath Keepers. I met him in 2009 at the Freedom Summit in Phoenix, Arizona. Another event that Congressman Paul spoke at and I played at early on. And Stuart and I just clicked instantly. The message of Oath Keepers resonated with me on a very deep level. I really wanted to support him and this organization in any way that I could with the music. I've been wearing Oath Keepers hats at every show that I've done since 2009, when I got my first Oath Keepers hat. I'm an honorary member, and I did not serve in the military, but I'm serving the country in a different way. But I'm an honorary member and card-carrying member. I'm just, my message is always going to be, personal liberty. I'm very much against war. I'm anti-war. I'm pro-peace. I'm pro-sound money. I'm against fascism, communism, socialism, all the isms. And the music has some folky elements to it. It has some hard rock elements to it, some southern rock elements to it. There's a lot of different stuff going on. My next album is going to have quite an array of flavors to choose from.
So, talk to us a little bit about we were talking last night, and you were explaining This new song that you're coming out with, the Further Down a Rabbit Hole, was that
Just Rabbit Hole, yeah.
Rabbit
Mhm.
Hole. And you were telling me about the process, and it seemed almost like a spiritual journey, almost in the process of creating and letting this music come out.
Yeah, it's interesting. Rabbit Hole, like I've been wanting to write a song like Rabbit Hole for a long time, because I collect conspiracy theories. They're lots of fun, and they're, you know, I say that facetiously.
I'd rather live in a world where there's the possibility of these conspiracy theories than just being shut off. And
sure,
you know,
well, shutting oneself off is just it prevents you from evolving, because if you're not willing to accept information that contradicts your worldview, then your worldview is going to end up being pretty narrow, and not encompassing very much.
Tell us about the process.
It's okay. No, Rabbit Hole. I actually put a call out on Facebook for everyone to send me their favorite conspiracy theories, government operations, and secret societies and the like. And I just got an avalanche of information, 80% of which I had already researched and knew about, or knew something about, had at least heard of it. 20% I had never heard of, and a lot of those made it into the song.
Wow.
And so I actually made a spreadsheet of all this stuff, and I started just kind of referencing this and this, and I realized that these two things that are related, they actually kind of rhyme a little bit, and then I just sort of assembled the song, and it's the first time I've ever done that. Most of the time it just comes to me and whoosh, then it's there. But this one I actually assembled, but there was a big hole missing in the song. Ironically, Rabbit Hole, there's a big hole missing in the bridge, and the bridge of the song is kind of like, after the second chorus, there's usually a section there that just sums up the whole message of the song. That's what it's for. It carries you from the second chorus into the third verse or into the third chorus. And so there was one night I just realized I couldn't take it anymore. I needed to find out what this was, what this message was inside this in this space. And it took me 2 hours to write like 4 lines, but it was just like I had to push it really hard to get it out, but the lines that came out really kind of blew me away and were a little scary, honestly. So it's a scary kind of song. It's because it shows the scope and the breadth of just how far-reaching the corruption is worldwide, and just how sick and depraved the people are who are in charge of the legislature, and it's a song that really kind of like 2 points for the song. I'm kind of stuttering here a little bit. The 2 points for the song are, one, there are so many references in the song that I think the average person isn't going to know what I'm talking about, but they can take the lyrics and go Google each term. Exactly. What is Indigo Skyfold? What is Northwoods? What's Paperclip? What's Blue Beam? What's who are the Rosicrucians? Like, what does this all mean? And the more people research it, the more they're going to find out, oh my God, there's so much here. It can't all be made up. There's got to be some truth here, and that's all that I care about is truth. I'm not attesting that every single thing in the song is 100% gospel truth. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying that there are enough references in this song to all these different, I don't even call them conspiracy theories. They're accusations. These are accusations that people have pointed fingers and said, this is what's going on, and this is what they're calling it. And this is, look up in the sky. What are these crisscross streaks going across the sky every damn day all over the world? People don't even look up and see what's going on. And only recently we found out they call it Indigo Skyfall. You should Google the term.
No, actually, I'm very familiar with Indigo Skyfall.
Oh, I know you are. I'm just saying.
Everybody should, definitely.
People watching this
there's not much information. I mean, I tried to get that guy on the radio show, but there's like one off interview that I found anyway. But at least we have a project name where we didn't have that before.
Sure, exactly.
So, gives us a point.
And I just want people to research the terms and they can come to their own conclusions. I don't give a damn about anybody agreeing with me. That's not my goal in life, is that people agree with me. It's just to have them think and to have them do their homework before they make an uneducated decision. Right. How can you and I hope to pursue truth if we're uneducated? And I'm just trying to get other people to be inspired to do the same thing and not just take a position because somebody on some talking head in their idiot box told them that's what's going on.
Right.
You repeat a lie often enough, people will believe it.
So you're doing some fundraising now.
Yes,
you're
we
working
are.
on getting a new song out. Can you tell us a little bit about that and
Absolutely.
what's going on?
Well, I've got a song called Arm Yourselves, and Arm Yourselves tells the story of the resistance movement in America. And it's I think it's a little more prophetic than what's happening currently. I mean, we are seeing the rise of the police state, the warrior cop, the federalization of police forces, the militarization of police forces in this country, and it's all coming to a head. We all know this. You know, the current economic system has always been unsustainable, and it is coming to a screeching halt. And when it does, this country is completely unprepared. The people of this country are completely unprepared, and the police state hammer will come crashing down on all of us. You know, and this is something we don't want to see, and that's why the Patriot movement is so important. The resistance movement is so important because we are educated, we are preparing, and we have a network of folks who, you know, we're all basically one big family, and we're all looking out for each other in our communities. So Arm Yourselves tells the story of that resistance, and it's kind of a scary song. It's got some pretty heavy lines in it, you know, birds of prey in the skies with murder in their eyes, far below our armies crash. So Stuart Rhodes and I are good friends, and he loves this song, and he's been wanting to use it for Oath Keepers purposes for 2 years, I think now. And I haven't recorded it yet, and so we decided to do a GoFundMe campaign to raise some money to get the song recorded and to do a music video for it. And the video will feature current Oath Keeper members who you know, volunteered at the Sugar Pine mine and at Bundy Ranch, and we're going to you know, just show the veterans coming out of the woodwork, picking up their service rifles and standing up against the police state. And so the GoFundMe has done very well. Our goal was $10,000, and we've raised about $95 as of this taping. And so we've got just a little ways further to go. We're actually looking for some more sponsors to help us raise the budget a little bit to get a few more songs recorded and make the video just a little bit more kick-ass.
Right.
So you can go to gofundme.com/armyourselves. And it's one of very few, from what I've learned, it's one of very few GoFundMe campaigns that are gun-related that have not been shut down.
Yeah.
So I'm very excited about that. I've got studio time booked in early October in Maryland at my studio, and we're gonna crank it out. It's gonna be badass. There's actually 2 songs. It's Arm Yourselves and Act 3, because the song ends with Arm yourselves with the truth and believe the stage is set, and I foresee a sold-out show. Begin Act 3. And Act 3 is the instrumental battle scene.
Ah.
I say battle scene, it's the audio representation, musical representation of the clash between the free people and the police state.
Is it just instrumental?
It's instrumental, but it's going to involve a lot of electronic stuff. It's going to involve samples, and
Almost like an industrial.
it's going to be a little industrial, but it's also, you know, when I do it live, I do some loops and I create this beat, and then I just shred over it. But there's basically 3 movements in Act 3, and each one, if you just close your eyes and kind of come with me on the journey of like what I'm doing with the guitar, you know, you'll understand that, you know, these are mortar rounds, or this is gunfire, or these are people marching, or this is this and this is that, and it can be really whatever the listener imagines in their own mind. That's really what I'm going for, to be honest. I want everyone who listens to it to imagine it for themselves, and they'll hear some samples that will kind of guide them a little bit, you know, into what direction it's going. But I'm pretty excited about it. I've got some good friends who are great producers coming in to help me to assemble it all together. But the song is pretty rocking, and it's kick-ass, and we're going to use it with Oath Keepers to do an outreach campaign to troops on bases all over the country. We're going to do DVD outreach, and you know, we're going to do a lot of stuff online and really push it with a lot of gun rights groups, and I think it's going to be pretty huge.
Awesome.
Pretty excited about it.
Best of luck with it. Before we let you go, is there anything else you want to add to our viewers, our listeners?
Just get your affairs in order, you know, and educate yourselves, and just get ready. Get ready. Get your communities ready. You know, as Stuart says, I use this a lot, that, you know, when good guys are organized, they are not victimized, and that's where we need to be right now. We all need to be thinking about the future and not just about what's going on at this very moment, because there's things coming down the pike that no one's ready for, and we have to prepare ourselves spiritually, intellectually, and physically.
Amen. All right. Thanks, Jordan.
Thank you, buddy.
Cool. Perfect.
Sweet.
Thank you.